Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lolly and I have my art journal that I want to share with you. Now this is mixed media paper, but I will be buying watercolor paper the next time because hey, I love what I just learned. So I recently signed up for Tracy Weinzapfel's Fall into Art challenge, and it was Monday through Friday for an hour every evening, you know, give or take. And it was only $10, and it introduced us to her style and just new techniques that were very helpful to me. I had so much fun, and I want to show you what we did, what we learned, what I've done after class, etc. So she called it her flip book because she cuts her pages in pieces like this. This was not part of the class. I was getting ready for this class and I thought the circle that I did was too big and I needed to make it smaller. So I've been playing with this on my own time based on the principles that she shared. And so, but I wanted to do really wild colors. I haven't decided on the leaf color yet. So these are not in the order that we did them in class, by the way. This one, I took the tape off and then I thought, oh, I can stain the lines. Well, you know, watercolor, it runs and bleeds. So I did get outside the lines. But anyway, I love this. So that was the half pages. Now I have these two that I cut and I can easily go through and do. The first day, all we did was paint backgrounds. We did these 3 backgrounds. And after the class was over and this was dry, I went through and I doodled on my background. So these are not her designs by any means. They're just something I doodled on there. Also, on the first day, we did where we just watercolored flowers onto the paper. And then after it was done, I went and I traced the outline of the flowers. I wasn't happy with how this looked when it was just watercolor, but when I added the lines, oh my goodness. So she had us using the Sharpie Fine and Ultra Fine. I have added this, which is the Pandafly White Gel Pen Highlighter / Pigment Ink. This is to die for. This is better than all the gel pens I've been using. It is more opaque. It is phenomenal. I'll give you a link down below. Now, my Sharpie Ultra Fine is starting to fade, and I actually have going to switch to Marvy Le Pen in black and see how that works for me. So it's wonderful. The beauty of this is what she was sharing. Paint your watercolor backgrounds, and then you can carry this book around with you and your markers, and you could doodle anywhere, like at the doctor's office. And then these 3 here. We did these flowers in class, but this time we just doodled them first. And then later that night or the next day, I went through and added my color. So because it's a fall challenge, we did a lot of sunflowers. I love it. I really like how these 2 turned out. I'm not really big on drawing the marigold. I think I need to practice and develop my own style on that. And then just on my own, as just playtime without cutting any paper, I taped this off and did watercolor backgrounds. And then I doodled afterwards. This was cute. I just watercolored stripes. And so you could see what I doodled on there afterwards. So I'm kind of using loosely drawn flowers or futuristic flowers, unreal flowers with some Zentangle mixed in. So I really had fun with that. And then we had a day where we did one big one, and we did a couple of those. And obviously there was creative license. Everyone's looked different. People chose different colors. They drew their petals or their leaves differently. So I really like how this turned out. Really happy with that. And then, so this one was drawing it and then painting over it. Now, she did point out that it's more vibrant if you could just kind of outline everything loosely and then paint it and then draw all your details on it afterwards, because then the black would be more vibrant. And for this black here, I used this a lot, but I also took her advice and used a fine liner paintbrush and black acrylic paint. That really helped it to pop. The next one, we just did like a watercolor splotchy wash over the whole thing. When it was all dry, we doodled our images over that. And then we just took one background color. She did encourage us to use purple or red because it would go with what was already in here. I took a chance and used this brilliant blue. I'm not sure if I'm happy with the blue background, but, you know, because depending on what's going on behind it, it changes color, which is absolutely fine. I think maybe black would be really great there too. I might even take this and add deeper shadows around that. I'm not sure. Anyway, I just wanted to share what I've been playing with and give a big shout out to Tracy for the class she put together. So the paint palette I use is from Mei-Liang, I guess. And it's okay. These are the colors, and I did swatch them when I got it. I don't care for there not being a lighter pink, except for these, which are all pearl ones. So they're, oops, I got that wet. So these are all frosty on the bottom, and I'd rather, this whole bottom tray is just all frosty. I'd rather have in this section less red and get at least one pink in there. So anyway, but other than that, it was okay. And then, so what I'm doing too is that before I even heard of this class, I had asked for this for Christmas. And this is a watercolor notebook. And so the notebook itself is about 6 by 4 1/4 or so. And excuse the, you can see I got paint on me. Here's the reason I got it. I wanted to take a flat brush, and this is one from Silver Brush Company called a square wash. And I just wanted to do that, wash watercolor on here, let it dry. And I was going to do a whole lot of pages like this, and then I could have it with me to write quotes in each of the blocks and maybe doodle, you know, around the blocks or in the blocks. But then after taking her class, I thought this is going to be the perfect size. And so I just started just lightly washing color some backgrounds. I could ink this in to be a flower, or I could doodle or do flowers over here, or write whatever I want to do. And I did another background here. So I thought this is the perfect size to carry with me with my pens and to be able to doodle on the go. So I will give you a link down below to this and the watercolor palette if they're still available. Thank you for coming along and seeing what I've been up to. And thank you, Tracy, for that wonderful series.